This book appears only when your life is about to change dramatically. Full audiobook. The book before the turning. Introduction. You have found this book at a moment when the universe conspires to speak directly to your soul. This is not coincidence. The timing of this arrival in your life carries a frequency that resonates with the deepest part of your being, the part that knows something profound is shifting. You may feel it as a whisper, a restlessness, or an inexplicable pull towards something you cannot yet name. This book appears only for those whose lives are about to change dramatically, and if you hold it now, you are one of them. The universe does not deliver messages to the unprepared. Your presence here is proof that you are ready. There exists a thin veil between the life you have known and the life you are becoming. On one side lies the familiar, the comfortable, the known patterns that have shaped your days. On the other side waits a version of yourself that you have only glimpsed in dreams and moments of quiet longing. This book is the bridge between these two worlds, the sacred text that guides you across the threshold. It is written in a language that speaks directly to your soul, bypassing the noise of the rational mind. Every word you read is a key turning in a lock, opening doors within you that have been sealed for far too long. The transformation you are about to experience is not something that happens to you, it is something you become. This distinction is crucial. You are not a passive observer waiting for the universe to rearrange your circumstances. You are the architect, the creator, the conscious force that shapes the new reality. This book teaches you how to step into that power, how to recognize the signs that have always been there, and how to align yourself with the momentum of your own becoming. The change is already in motion. You are simply learning to dance with it. Many have walked this path before you, though their stories remain untold, their transformations hidden in the quiet corners of history. They too received a signal, a sign, a book that appeared at precisely the right moment. They too felt the fear, the doubt, the resistance to leaving behind everything they had built their identity around. Yet they crossed the threshold. They shed their old skins and emerged into a life so aligned with their true nature that they could barely recognize their former selves. You are about to join their ranks. You are about to become one of the transformed. The world will not understand what is happening to you. Those who love you may resist the changes they see unfolding. Your old friends may feel threatened by your evolution. Your family may question your choices. This is the price of transformation, and it is a price worth paying. For on the other side of this turning lies a life of authentic power, of magnetic presence, of deep alignment with your soul's true purpose. You will attract people and opportunities that match your new frequency. You will move through the world with a quiet certainty that comes from knowing exactly who you are and why you are here. This book is your companion through the darkness and into the light. It is the voice of an ancient wisdom speaking through modern words, reminding you of truths you have always known but have forgotten. As you read, you will feel recognition stirring in your bones. You will remember. You will awaken. You will step into the life that has been waiting for you all along. The turning is not coming. It is already here. And you, dear soul, are ready. Chapter 1. The sudden appearance of the book. In the ordinary moments of your life, when you least expected it, something extraordinary arrived. Perhaps it was on a shelf you had walked past 1,000 times, suddenly visible as if it had always been waiting for you. Or maybe someone placed it in your hands with a knowing smile, unable to explain why they felt compelled to give it to you. The book appeared without warning, without explanation, defying the logical sequence of how things normally enter our lives. You felt a strange electricity when you first touched it, a recognition that moved through your body before your mind could process what was happening. This was not a random occurrence. This was a signal, a cosmic knock on the door of your consciousness, announcing that everything is about to shift. The physical presence of this book carries weight beyond its paper and binding. When you hold it, you feel something ancient stirring, as if countless hands have held it before yours, each one standing at the threshold of their own transformation. The cover speaks in symbols and colors that seem to know you, to see into the hidden chambers of your heart where your deepest longings live. Your fingers trace the edges, and you wonder how something so simple can feel so alive, so purposeful, so undeniably meant for you. There is no explanation that satisfies the rational mind, yet your soul knows exactly what this means. The book is not just an object. It is a messenger, a guide, a key that has been delivered to your doorstep by forces that operate beyond the realm of coincidence. You remember the moment of discovery with unusual clarity, as if your consciousness was waiting for this event, recording every detail with precision. What were you wearing? What time of day was it? Who was nearby? These details matter because they mark the exact moment when your life began to pivot, when the universe said your name and you finally turned around to listen. The shock of recognition was immediate and undeniable. Something deep within you knew that nothing would be the same after this moment. You may have felt fear, excitement, confusion, or a strange combination of all three. But underneath every emotion was a profound knowing that you had been chosen, that this book had been searching for you across time and space. The questions began immediately, flooding your mind with urgency and wonder. Why now? Why me? What does this mean? Your rational mind scrambled to find logical explanations to fit this inexplicable event into the framework of how the world normally works. But the rational mind has no answer for miracles. It cannot explain the inexplicable timing, the perfect delivery, the way this book appeared exactly when you needed it most, before you even knew you needed it. You began to notice other things, small signs that had been present all along but suddenly became visible. The repeated numbers, the overheard conversations that spoke directly to your situation, the dreams that grew more vivid and meaningful. The book was not the beginning of the signs. It was the moment you finally learned to read them. Something inside you has been preparing for this turning long before the book arrived. There have been whispers in your life, gentle nudges that you may have dismissed as restlessness or dissatisfaction. You felt it in the way your old routines began to feel suffocating, in the way your relationships shifted and changed, in the way your body began to crave something different, something more authentic. The book's arrival is the universe's way of saying that you have been heard, that your silent prayers for change have been received and answered. This is not punishment. This is not random chaos. This is the universe conspiring in your favor, orchestrating events across time to place this exact book in your exact hands at this exact moment in your life. The comfort zone you have inhabited is beginning to crack, and the book is the instrument that will shatter it completely. You have lived within the confines of what is known, what is safe, what is expected of you by those around you. But the soul cannot be confined forever. It will eventually rebel, will eventually demand to be heard, will eventually insist on authenticity and alignment. The book appears when the soul's rebellion reaches a critical point, when the old life has become so misaligned with your true nature that staying would mean a slow death of the spirit. The appearance of this book is a mercy, a gift, a lifeline thrown to you just as you were beginning to drown in the waters of inauthenticity. You are not the first to receive this summons, and you will not be the last. Throughout history, in every culture and every era, there have been those who received the call to transformation. They too felt the shock of recognition. They too wondered if they were losing their minds. They too questioned whether they had the strength to answer the call. But something in them, something in you, something that transcends fear and doubt, knows that there is no going back. The book has been delivered. The message has been received. The turning has begun, and you are the one who will live it, embody it, and eventually pass it forward to the next seeker whose life is about to change. The moment you finish reading these words, you will step back into your ordinary life, but you will not be the same. The book has already begun its work within you, activating dormant parts of your consciousness, awakening frequencies that have been sleeping. You cannot unread what you have read. You cannot unfeel what you have felt. You cannot return to the ignorance of who you were before this moment. The book has marked you, claimed you, initiated you into a process that will transform every aspect of your existence. And though you may not yet understand the full magnitude of what is unfolding, your soul already knows. Your soul is celebrating. Your soul is finally coming home. Chapter 2. Decoding the whisper of the imminent change. Before the shout comes the whisper. Before the earthquake comes the tremor. Before the storm arrives, the animals sense it in the air and begin to move. Your body has been receiving signals for far longer than your conscious mind has been aware of them. There is a restlessness that wakes you in the night, a dissatisfaction that lingers even in moments of apparent contentment, a pull towards something unnamed that grows stronger with each passing day. These are not signs of weakness or instability. They are the universe's gentle way of preparing you for the shift that is coming. The whisper is the voice of your soul, speaking in a language older than words, telling you that it is time to move. You have felt this restlessness before, perhaps dismissed it as a phase, a mood, a temporary fluctuation in your emotional landscape. But this time is different. This time the feeling does not fade. It persists, it deepens, it becomes impossible to ignore. You find yourself questioning things you never questioned before. Your career, which once felt solid, now feels hollow. Your relationships, which once felt secure, now feel confining. Your daily routines, which once felt comforting, now feel like a prison. This is not depression or dissatisfaction in the clinical sense. This is the soul's way of saying that you have outgrown your current container and it is time to build a new one. The whisper often comes disguised as discomfort, as a vague sense that something is not quite right, even when everything appears to be fine on the surface. You may have a good job, a stable relationship, a comfortable home, yet something inside you screams that this is not your life, that you are living someone else's dream, that you have been sleepwalking through your own existence. This discomfort is not a problem to be solved. It is a message to be decoded. It is the soul's way of insisting on authenticity, on alignment, on a life that resonates with your deepest truth. The book has arrived to teach you how to listen to this whisper before it becomes a scream. Many people spend their entire lives running from this whisper, drowning it out with noise, distraction, and the relentless pursuit of external validation. They numb themselves with substances, with work, with relationships that do not serve them, with entertainment that keeps them perpetually disconnected from their own inner voice. But you are different. You have reached a point where the whisper can no longer be ignored, where the discomfort has become too acute, where the gap between who you are pretending to be and who you actually are has become unbearable. This is why the book found you. This is why you are ready. The universe does not deliver messages to those who are not prepared to receive them. The whisper speaks in many languages. It comes as a sudden burst of tears while watching a movie that touches something sacred within you. It arrives as a conversation overheard in a coffee shop that speaks directly to your situation. It manifests as a dream so vivid and meaningful that you wake with your heart pounding and your soul trembling. It appears as a book that falls from a shelf at precisely the moment you needed to find it. These are not coincidences. These are the universe's way of confirming that the turning is near, that the old life is ending, that the new life is beginning to emerge from the darkness. You are learning to recognize the language of the universe, and the universe is becoming increasingly fluent in speaking to you. This heightened awareness is not a burden. It is a gift. It is the soul's way of preparing you for the leap that is coming. When you begin to notice the whispers, when you start to decode the messages hidden in the ordinary moments of your life, you are developing a new relationship with reality itself. You are becoming an observer of your own life rather than a passive participant in it. You are learning to see the threads that connect seemingly random events into a coherent pattern. You are discovering that the universe is not random at all, but rather a symphony of meaning and purpose, and you are finally learning to hear the music. The discomfort you feel is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that something is right with you, that your soul is insisting on evolution, that your consciousness is refusing to remain confined to the limitations of your old identity. This is the beginning of the turning. This is the moment when you stop asking the universe for permission and start becoming the signal that the universe has been waiting for. The whisper is growing louder. The tremor is becoming more pronounced. The animals are moving. The storm is coming, and you are finally awake enough to see it approaching. Listen closely now, for the whisper is about to become a roar. The book is in your hands. The message has been received. The universe has spoken your name, and you have answered. There is no going back to the sleep you were in before. There is no returning to the comfortable numbness of the old life. The whisper has awakened you, and now you must decide whether you will answer the call or spend the rest of your life haunted by the knowledge of what you could have become. The choice is yours, but the universe is betting on you. The universe believes in your transformation. The universe knows that you are ready. Chapter 3. The illusion of stability and the comfort zone. Your brain is a magnificent machine designed for survival, not for thriving. It is programmed to seek the familiar, to cling to the known, to resist anything that threatens the established patterns of your life. This programming served your ancestors well when danger lurked in every shadow and unpredictability meant death. But in the modern world, this same mechanism that once protected you now imprisons you. The comfort zone is not a place of safety. It is a cage, and you have become so accustomed to the bars that you no longer see them. The illusion of stability is the greatest trap the mind can construct, and it is holding you back from the life you are meant to live. Consider the nature of comfort itself. It is not happiness. It is not fulfillment. It is not alignment with your soul's purpose. Comfort is simply the absence of friction, the lack of challenge, the familiar repetition of patterns that require no growth. You can be deeply unhappy in your comfort zone and still choose to remain there because the unhappiness is at least known, at least predictable, at least manageable. The fear of the unknown is far more powerful than the pain of the known. So you stay. You remain in relationships that no longer serve you. You continue in careers that drain your spirit. You maintain friendships that have become hollow, all because the alternative feels too uncertain, too risky, too terrifying. The brain will defend the comfort zone with fierce determination. It will manufacture reasons why change is impossible, why you are not ready, why now is not the right time. It will remind you of every failure you have ever experienced and use them as evidence that you should not attempt anything new. It will whisper that you are too old, too young, too poor, too inexperienced, too damaged, too broken to deserve the life you truly want. These are lies. These are the desperate pleas of a mind that is terrified of losing control, of stepping into the unknown, of being forced to evolve. The comfort zone is defended by fear, and fear is the greatest illusion of all. But here is the truth that the book has come to teach you. The comfort zone is not actually comfortable. It is slowly suffocating you. It is a slow death disguised as safety. Every day you remain in it, you are dying a little bit more, watching your potential shrivel, your dreams fade, your authentic self disappear beneath layers of compromise and resignation. The pain of staying is actually greater than the pain of leaving. But it is a pain you have learned to ignore, a pain you have normalized, a pain that has become so familiar that you mistake it for peace. The book's appearance in your life is an intervention. It is the universe saying that the time for comfortable numbness has ended. The illusion of stability is particularly seductive because it comes wrapped in the language of responsibility and maturity. You tell yourself that you must stay in this job because you have bills to pay. You must remain in this relationship because leaving would hurt someone you care about. You must maintain these friendships because you have invested so much time in them. You must not pursue your dreams because that would be irresponsible, selfish, unrealistic. But who decided that stability was more important than authenticity? Who told you that your comfort was worth more than your soul's evolution? These are the voices of fear, not wisdom. These are the chains of a system designed to keep you small and controllable. The moment you begin to question the comfort zone is the moment it loses its power over you. You start to see it for what it truly is, a prison of your own making, built brick by brick from compromises and fears and the slow erosion of your own dreams. You realize that the people who benefit most from your comfort zone are not you, but everyone around you who has invested in your remaining exactly as you are. They are comfortable with your comfort. They are invested in your stagnation. They benefit from your smallness. But the universe is not invested in your remaining small. The universe is invested in your becoming everything you are capable of becoming. The shattering of the comfort zone is not a gentle process. It is a breaking, a cracking, a demolition of the structures you have built to protect yourself from the uncertainty of growth. It is painful, it is disorienting, it is terrifying, but it is also necessary. The old structures must fall away to make room for the new ones. The caterpillar must dissolve into the chrysalis before it can become the butterfly. There is no transformation without destruction. There is no rebirth without death. The book is the wrecking ball that will shatter the illusion of your stability. And though it may feel like destruction, it is actually the most loving thing the universe can do for you. You stand now at the threshold between the old life and the new one. The comfort zone is crumbling around you. The illusions are beginning to dissolve. The familiar patterns are losing their grip. This is not a moment of weakness. This is a moment of profound strength. The moment when you finally choose yourself, finally choose authenticity, finally choose the life that your soul has been calling you toward all along. The breaking of the comfort zone is the beginning of your liberation. Chapter 4. The inventory of unfinished business. Every unresolved conflict, every broken promise, every abandoned project carries weight. It sits in your energetic field like stones in a backpack, slowing your ascent toward the life you are meant to live. Before you can fully step into the new chapter, you must complete the old one. This is not about perfection or achieving closure in some final, absolute way. It is about clearing the energetic debris that will otherwise contaminate your future. The turning requires a clean slate, and you cannot create that slate while carrying the burden of unfinished business. The book has brought you to this moment of reckoning, where you must face what you have left undone and choose to complete it. Think of the people you have wronged and never apologized to. Think of the promises you made and never kept. Think of the projects you started with enthusiasm and abandoned when they became difficult. Think of the conversations you needed to have but were too afraid to initiate. Think of the dreams you set aside to please others. Think of the parts of yourself you silenced to fit into someone else's vision of who you should be. These are not small things, they are anchors, and they will drag you down into the old life even as you are trying to move forward into the new one. The inventory of unfinished business is long, and it is time to begin addressing it. This process is not about blame or shame. It is not about punishing yourself for past mistakes or dwelling in regret. It is about taking responsibility for the energy you have left scattered across your life and gathering it back to yourself. When you make a promise and break it, a part of your energy remains attached to that broken promise, unable to be fully present in your current life. When you hurt someone and never apologize, a thread of guilt remains connected to that person, draining your vitality. When you abandon a project, you abandon a part of yourself that believed in that project. You must reclaim all of these scattered pieces of yourself before you can move forward whole. Begin with the people. Make a list of everyone you have hurt, disappointed, or wronged. Do not judge yourself for this list. Do not minimize what you have done. Simply acknowledge it. Then, one by one, reach out to these people. Some apologies will be accepted gracefully. Some will be rejected. Some will open old wounds. But each one you offer will sever the thread that has been binding you to the past. You do not apologize to change their mind or to make them forgive you. You apologize to free yourself from the weight of that unresolved conflict. You apologize for your own liberation. Next, address the promises. What did you commit to and never deliver? What did you say yes to when you meant no? What obligations have you been carrying that no longer serve anyone, least of all yourself? It is time to either fulfill these promises or to consciously release them. If you cannot keep a promise, go to the person and explain why. Be honest. Be vulnerable. Ask for their understanding. Most people will respect your honesty far more than they will respect your broken commitment. And even if they do not, you will have freed yourself from the burden of pretending that you are someone you are not. Then turn your attention to the projects and dreams you abandoned. Some of these you may wish to resurrect and complete. Others you may need to consciously release, acknowledging that they were meant for a different version of yourself, a version that no longer exists. This is not failure, this is evolution. You are not the same person who started those projects. Your values have shifted, your priorities have changed, your understanding of what matters has deepened. It is okay to let go of things that no longer align with who you are becoming. In fact, it is essential. Holding on to abandoned projects is like trying to walk forward while looking backward. The completion of unfinished business is an act of profound self-respect. It says to the universe, to yourself, and to everyone around you that you are willing to be responsible for your choices, your words, and your actions. It says that you are not running from your past, but integrating it, learning from it, and moving forward with greater consciousness and integrity. This is not easy work. It will require courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to face discomfort. But it is the foundation upon which the new life must be built. You cannot construct something beautiful and authentic on a foundation of unresolved conflict and broken promises. As you move through this inventory, you will feel a lightness beginning to emerge. With each apology offered, each promise addressed, each abandoned project released, you will feel a weight lifting from your shoulders. This is the sensation of reclaiming your power, of gathering your scattered energy back to yourself, of preparing the ground for the new seeds you're about to plant. The turning cannot fully begin until this work is done. The book knows this. The universe knows this. And now, so do you. Chapter 5. Releasing the grip of past identities. Who are you? Not the name on your birth certificate, not the role you play in your family, not the job title on your business card. Who are you beneath all of these labels, these costumes, these identities that have been constructed over decades of living? This question is the doorway to the turning, and it is a question that most people never ask themselves. They live their entire lives wearing masks so long that they forget there is a face beneath them. They become so identified with their roles that they believe they are those roles. But the turning demands that you strip away these false identities and discover who you actually are beneath the performance. The identities you have built are not inherently bad. They served a purpose. They allowed you to navigate a world that demanded conformity. They protected you from judgment and rejection. They gave you a sense of belonging and security. But they also imprisoned you. They limited your expression. They silenced parts of you that did not fit the acceptable image. They forced you to abandon aspects of yourself that were deemed too strange, too ambitious, too different, too much. The turning requires that you release these limiting identities and allow your true self to emerge, even if that true self is vastly different from what you have been pretending to be. Fear is the primary force that keeps you bound to your old identities. You fear that if you let go of who you have been, you will lose everything. You fear that people will reject you if they see your authentic self. You fear that you will not know who you are without these familiar roles to hide behind. You fear that the real you is not good enough, not worthy enough, not lovable enough. These fears are understandable, but they are also lies. The real you is infinitely more valuable, more interesting, more worthy than any identity you could construct. The world does not need another version of someone else. It needs the authentic expression of who you truly are. There is a process that mystics call ego death, and it is terrifying and beautiful in equal measure. It is the dissolution of the self you thought you were, the shattering of the identity you have spent your entire life constructing. It feels like dying because, in a sense, you are dying. The person you were is ending. But from that death emerges a new person, a person who is more aligned, more authentic, more alive than the one who came before. This is what the turning demands. This is what the book has come to facilitate. You must be willing to die to who you have been, in order to be born as who you are meant to become. The old identities will fight for their survival. They will whisper that you are being selfish, that you are abandoning your responsibilities, that you are throwing away everything you have built. They will remind you of all the ways you have tried to change before and failed. They will tell you that this time will be no different, that you should save yourself the pain and disappointment and just accept who you are. But these are the voices of fear, not truth. These are the death throes of identities that know their time is ending. Listen to them with compassion, but do not obey them. They are trying to keep you alive, but they are keeping you alive in a way that is slowly killing your soul. Begin to notice the moments when you are performing, when you are playing a role, when you are being someone other than who you truly are. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice the tension, the contraction, the sense of being squeezed into a space that is too small for you. Then notice the moments when you are being authentic, when you are expressing your true thoughts and feelings, when you are allowing your genuine self to be seen. Notice how different that feels. Notice the expansion, the ease, the sense of coming home to yourself. These moments of authenticity are glimpses of who you are becoming, and they are growing more frequent as the turning unfolds. The release of past identities is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process of choosing authenticity over comfort, of choosing truth over acceptance, of choosing yourself over the approval of others. Every time you speak a truth that you have been hiding, you release a piece of the old identity. Every time you pursue a desire that does not fit the acceptable image, you shed another layer of the false self. Every time you say no to something that does not align with your values, you reclaim a piece of your power. The turning is built on these small acts of rebellion, these quiet assertions of your right to be fully yourself. What emerges from the dissolution of the old identities is something far more powerful than anything you could have constructed. It is your authentic self, your true nature, the essence of who you have always been beneath the layers of conditioning and compromise. This self is not perfect. It is not polished. It is not designed to please everyone. But it is real, and it is magnetic. When you step into your authentic self, people are drawn to you not because you are performing well, but because your genuine presence is rare and precious in a world full of masks. The turning is the journey from the constructed self to the authentic self. And that journey begins with releasing the grip of identities that no longer serve you. Before we continue, I have something special for you. We've just released a new ebook that goes even deeper into the wisdom you're hearing right now. If you want to explore these teachings on a deeper level, the link is waiting for you in the first pinned comment of this video. Take a moment to check it out. You won't regret it. Now, let's return to the audiobook. Chapter 6. the power of the pre-decision moment. There exists a sacred space between the old life and the new one, a threshold where all possibilities remain open and the future has not yet crystallized into form. This is the pre-decision moment, the instant before you commit to the turning, when you still have the freedom to choose. Most people rush through this moment without recognizing its significance. They make decisions reactively, driven by circumstances or the expectations of others, never pausing to consciously claim their power. But you are not most people. You are standing in this pre-decision moment right now, and the book has brought you here to teach you how to harness its infinite potential. In this moment, before the decision is made, the future is still fluid. All timelines exist simultaneously. All versions of yourself are still possible. You could remain in the old life, continue on the familiar path, maintain the comfortable numbness. Or you could step into the new life, embrace the turning, become the person you are meant to be. Both futures exist in this moment, waiting for you to choose which one you will collapse into reality. This is not metaphorical. This is the actual mechanism of creation. The universe does not impose a future upon you. It waits for you to decide what you want and then delivers exactly that. The power of the pre-decision moment lies in its purity. It is a moment untainted by the weight of commitment, unencumbered by the momentum of the old life, uncomplicated by the fear that comes after you have already begun. In this moment, you can feel the truth of what you actually want, without the interference of doubt or resistance. You can sense the pull of your authentic self, without the noise of conditioning and compromise. You can glimpse the life you are meant to live, without the distraction of what you think you should want. This moment is a gift, and it is fleeting. Once you move past it, the decision will have been made and the future will begin to solidify. The book's appearance in your life is not a prophecy. It is not the universe telling you that your life will change. It is an instruction manual for creating the change yourself. It is the universe handing you the tools and saying, "Here, use these, build the future you want." The pre-decision moment is where you pick up those tools. It is where you consciously choose to participate in your own transformation rather than waiting passively for it to happen. It is where you shift from being a victim of circumstance to being the architect of your destiny. This shift is not subtle. It is a fundamental reordering of your relationship with reality. Many people waste the pre-decision moment by overthinking it. They analyze the pros and cons. They seek advice from others. They try to predict the future and ensure that they are making the right choice. But the pre-decision moment is not a time for analysis. It is a time for feeling, for intuition, for listening to the deepest knowing that lives within your soul. Your rational mind will always find reasons to stay safe, to maintain the status quo, to avoid risk. But your soul knows what you are meant to become, and it is calling you toward that becoming with increasing urgency. The pre-decision moment is where you choose to listen to your soul instead of your fear. Visualize the moment of decision. Feel yourself standing at the threshold, 1 foot still in the old life, 1 foot reaching toward the new one. Feel the weight of everything you're leaving behind. Feel the pull of everything you're moving toward. Feel the fear and the excitement mingling in your chest. Feel the resistance and the longing battling within you. And then, in this moment of perfect clarity, make the choice. Not the choice that makes sense. Not the choice that is safe. Not the choice that will please others. Make the choice that aligns with your soul's deepest truth. Make the choice that you will be proud of when you look back on this moment years from now. The pre-decision moment is also a moment of intention setting. Before you step fully into the turning, pause and declare your intention. Speak it aloud or write it down. Say what you are choosing and why. Say what you are releasing and what you are embracing. Say who you are becoming and what you are leaving behind. This declaration is not for the universe. The universe already knows what you want. This declaration is for you. It is the moment when you consciously commit to the turning, when you stop hedging your bets and fully claim your power. It is the moment when you burn the ships and make the journey irreversible. Once you have made the decision, once you have passed through the pre-decision moment and stepped into the new life, you will never be able to return to the innocence of not knowing. You will never be able to unsee what you have seen. You will never be able to unfeel what you have felt. The turning has begun, and there is no going back. But this is not a loss. This is a liberation. This is the moment when you finally take responsibility for your own life, when you finally claim your power, when you finally become the conscious creator of your own reality. The pre-decision moment is the doorway, and you are walking through it now. Chapter 7. Identifying the core fear of success. Failure is easy to understand. We have all experienced it. We know what it feels like to try something and fall short, to reach for something and miss it, to invest ourselves in something and watch it crumble. Failure is familiar. Failure is expected. Failure is safe in a strange way because it confirms what we have always suspected about ourselves, that we are not good enough, not worthy enough, not capable enough. But success is terrifying. Success is unknown territory. Success demands that we step into a larger version of ourselves, that we claim power we are not sure we deserve, that we accept visibility and responsibility we have never had before. This is why so many people sabotage themselves just as they are about to succeed. The fear of success is more powerful than the fear of failure. The fear of success operates in the shadows of the subconscious mind, disguised as practical concerns and reasonable doubts. It whispers that if you become successful, people will expect more from you. It warns that success will bring unwanted attention and scrutiny. It suggests that you will lose your friends because they will be jealous of your achievements. It predicts that you will be lonely at the top, that no one will understand you, that the price of success is isolation. It reminds you that successful people are often targets of criticism and envy. It tells you that you will have to work harder, sacrifice more, give up the simple pleasures of an ordinary life. These are all lies, but they are seductive lies because they sound reasonable, because they sound like wisdom, because they sound like protection. Beneath the fear of success lies a deeper fear, the fear of being seen. When you succeed, you become visible. You can no longer hide behind mediocrity or blend into the crowd. You become a target, a symbol, a representation of possibility. Some people will celebrate you, but others will resent you. Some will admire you, but others will try to tear you down. Some will be inspired by you, but others will be threatened by you. The fear of being fully seen in all your power and all your vulnerability is paralyzing for many people. It is easier to remain small, to remain invisible, to remain safe in the shadows, than to step into the light and risk being judged. There is also a fear of losing the identity you have built around struggle and limitation. If you are no longer struggling, who are you? If you are no longer limited, what becomes your excuse for not doing more? If you are no longer the underdog, the victim, the one who has been dealt a bad hand, then you must take full responsibility for your life. You can no longer blame circumstances or other people for your situation. You must own your power completely. This is terrifying for many people because it means accepting that you have always had the power to change your life, and you simply chose not to use it. The guilt and shame that can arise from this realization is sometimes more painful than the struggle itself. The fear of success also manifests as a fear of responsibility. With success comes the expectation that you will maintain it, that you will continue to perform at a high level, that you will not disappoint the people who have come to depend on you. This is a burden that many people are not sure they can carry. What if you reach the top and then fall? What if you achieve the goal and then fail to maintain it? What if you become successful and then lose it all? These are the questions that keep people from reaching for success in the first place. They would rather never try than try and fail at something significant. They would rather remain small than risk a spectacular fall. The book has come to teach you that success is not something to fear. Success is your birthright. Success is the natural outcome of aligning yourself with your authentic self and your soul's purpose. Success does not require you to become someone else or to abandon yourself. It requires you to become more fully yourself. The people who are meant to be in your life will celebrate your success. The people who resent it were never truly your people anyway. The visibility that comes with success is not a burden. It is an opportunity to inspire others, to show them what is possible, to light the way for those who are still struggling in the darkness. Begin to examine your own fears around success. What specifically are you afraid will happen if you achieve your goals? What are you afraid of losing? What identity are you afraid of releasing? What responsibility are you afraid of taking on? Write these fears down. Look at them directly. Ask yourself if they are actually true, or if they are simply stories you have been telling yourself. Most of them are stories. Most of them are the projections of people who were afraid of success and passed that fear on to you. You do not have to accept their fear as your own. You can choose to release it and step into the success that is waiting for you. The turning demands that you release the fear of success and embrace the power that is your birthright. You are not meant to be small. You are not meant to hide. You are not meant to apologize for your gifts or your achievements. You are meant to shine, to lead, to inspire, to create, to contribute your unique gifts to the world. The book knows this. Your soul knows this. And now, as you move deeper into the turning, you are beginning to know it too. The fear of success is dissolving, and in its place, a quiet confidence is emerging, a knowing that you are ready for everything that is about to unfold. Chapter 8. The language of synchronicity. The universe is not silent. It speaks constantly, in a language of signs, symbols, and meaningful coincidences. Synchronicity is the universe's way of confirming that you are on the right path, that your inner world is aligning with your outer reality, that the turning is unfolding exactly as it should. When you are in alignment, the universe begins to conspire in your favor, orchestrating events, people, and resources to appear at precisely the right moment. These are not random occurrences. They are navigational signals, breadcrumbs left for you to follow, guiding you deeper into the life you are meant to live. The book is the key to understanding this language, transforming the once random into the purposeful. You may have noticed an increase in these meaningful coincidences since the book arrived. Perhaps you keep seeing the same sequence of numbers on clocks and license plates. Maybe you overhear a conversation that speaks directly to a question you were just asking yourself. Or you open a book at random, and the exact passage you needed to read jumps out at you. These are not tricks of the mind. These are not mere chance. These are the universe's way of saying, yes, keep going. You are exactly where you need to be. The more you pay attention to these signals, the more frequently they will appear, creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces your belief in the unfolding process. The rational mind struggles with synchronicity because it defies the laws of linear cause and effect. It cannot be explained by logic or reason. It is a phenomenon that belongs to the quantum field, where everything is interconnected and time is not a fixed constant. To embrace synchronicity, you must suspend your need for logical explanation and allow yourself to enter a state of trust. You must trust that the universe is intelligent, that it is benevolent, and that it is actively communicating with you. This trust is not blind faith. It is a deep, intuitive knowing that arises from the repeated experience of seeing the universe respond to your inner state. The language of synchronicity is subtle, and it requires a heightened state of awareness to perceive it. You must slow down. You must quiet the noise of your mind. You must be present in the moment, not lost in the past or anxious about the future. When you are fully present, you become a receiver, an antenna tuned to the frequency of the universe's communication. The book is a tuning fork for your soul, helping you to calibrate your inner compass, so that you can perceive these subtle signals that were always there but were previously obscured by the static of your old life. The turning demands that you become a master of attention, a collector of cosmic clues. The signals will often appear in the form of people. You will meet someone at a party who has the exact connection you need for your next step. You will receive an email from an old acquaintance who is working on the exact project you were just thinking about starting. You will run into a stranger who offers a piece of advice that changes the entire trajectory of your life. These are not chance encounters. These are divinely orchestrated alignments, people placed on your path at the perfect moment to assist you in your transformation. The book teaches you to recognize these bridge people and to be open to the wisdom they carry, regardless of how unlikely the source may seem. Synchronicity is a confirmation that you are in the flow, that you are aligned with the highest version of your destiny. When you are resisting the turning, when you are clinging to the old life, the synchronicities will dry up. The universe will stop speaking to you because you are not listening. But when you surrender to the process, when you embrace the uncertainty, when you commit to the becoming, the universe will flood your life with signs, signals, and meaningful coincidences. It is a constant dialogue, a beautiful dance between your inner intention and the outer manifestation of reality. To deepen your connection to this language, practice the art of asking and receiving. Ask the universe a clear question, then immediately release the need for a specific answer. Trust that the answer will come in the form of a synchronicity, a sign, a meaningful coincidence. Then, pay attention. Be alert. Be open. The answer may not come in the way you expect, but it will come. And when it does, acknowledge it. Thank the universe for the guidance. This act of acknowledgement reinforces the connection and encourages the universe to speak to you even more clearly. The turning is a co-creation, and synchronicity is the evidence of your partnership with the divine. The book has initiated you into a new way of seeing the world, a world where nothing is random, where everything is connected, where every event carries a hidden meaning. You are no longer a passive observer in a meaningless universe. You are an active participant in a cosmic dance, and the universe is constantly communicating with you, guiding you, confirming your path. Trust the signs, follow the breadcrumbs, embrace the synchronicity. The language of the universe is becoming your native tongue, and it is leading you directly to the life you were meant to live. Chapter 9. The necessity of the void. You have left the shore of the old life, but the new shore is not yet in sight. You are suspended in the middle, in a space of pure uncertainty, where the old rules no longer apply and the new ones have not yet been established. This is the void, the chrysalis, the fertile darkness where true creation takes place. It is the most uncomfortable, most terrifying, and most necessary phase of the turning. The void is not a mistake. It is not a failure. It is the crucible where the future self is forged, and you must be willing to sit in the emptiness, to embrace the not knowing, to trust the process of dissolution. The human mind abhors a vacuum. It will rush to fill the void with noise, with distraction, with anxiety, with the desperate need to return to the familiar. You will feel the urge to go back to the old life, to cling to the old identities, to resurrect the old patterns that you have just worked so hard to dismantle. This is the mind's survival mechanism kicking in, trying to protect you from the perceived danger of the unknown. But the void is not dangerous. It is sacred. It is the space between the inhale and the exhale, the pause between the note and the silence, the moment of pure potential before the next creation begins. The wisdom of the void is that you cannot build the new life with the materials of the old one. The old structures must be completely dissolved, broken down into their fundamental components, before the new architecture can begin to take shape. This is why the void feels so empty. It is empty because you have successfully cleared out the debris of the past and the future has not yet arrived. This emptiness is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of success. It means you have done the hard work of letting go, and now you must trust the universe to fill the space you have created with something far more aligned with your true self. The book is your guide through this darkness. It teaches you that the void is not a place to be rushed through, but a space to be honored. It is a time for deep rest, for internal reflection, for listening to the subtle whispers of your soul that were previously drowned out by the noise of your busy life. Use this time to cultivate stillness. Use this time to practice radical self-compassion. Use this time to simply be, without the need to do, to achieve, to perform, or to prove anything to anyone. The greatest work you can do in the void is to simply exist in the present moment, trusting that the universe is working on your behalf, even when you cannot see the evidence. The resistance to the void is what prolongs the transition. When you fight the emptiness, when you try to force the future to arrive before its time, you are only creating friction and draining your energy. Surrender is the key to navigating this phase. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means giving over. It means releasing your need for control and trusting in the intelligence of the universe. It means accepting that you do not need to know the how, the when, or the where. You only need to know the why. And the why is your deepest intention, your highest vision for yourself. The universe will handle the details. In the mystical traditions, the void is often referred to as the dark night of the soul. It is the time when all external validation is stripped away, when all familiar landmarks disappear, when you are left alone with yourself and the truth of your own being. This is where true faith is forged. This is where you discover the unwavering strength that lives within you, the strength that does not depend on external circumstances or the approval of others. The void is the ultimate test of your commitment to the turning, and it is a test that you must pass alone. But you are not truly alone. The book is with you, and the universe is holding you in its embrace. Embrace the uncertainty, embrace the not knowing, embrace the emptiness. This is the space where miracles are born. This is the space where the new self is gestating. This is the space where the future is being woven from the threads of your deepest desires. Do not fear the silence. Do not fear the stillness. Do not fear the darkness. The void is the most fertile ground in the universe, and you are planting the seeds of your new life in it right now. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust yourself. The turning is not a straight line. It is a spiral, and you are currently in the deepest, most compressed part of the coil. But the coil is about to spring open, and the momentum will carry you forward into the light. The void is ending. The new shore is about to appear on the horizon. Hold fast to the wisdom of the book. Hold fast to the truth of your own being. The emptiness you feel is not a lack. It is a promise. It is the space that is about to be filled with the magnificent reality of your new life. Chapter 10. The Architecture of the New Vision. The void has served its purpose. The old structures have dissolved, and the ground is now clear for the new creation. But creation is not a passive act. It requires intention, clarity, and a deliberate design. You cannot build a magnificent life on a vague wish or a fuzzy hope. You must become the architect of your new vision, drawing the blueprints with precision and detail. This is not about simple goal setting. This is about designing a life so compelling, so authentic, so aligned with your soul's purpose that the universe has no choice but to deliver it. The book is your drafting tool, guiding your hand to create a vision that is both grand and deeply personal. The first step in this architecture is clarity. You must move beyond the general desire for more money, or better relationships, or greater happiness. These are not blueprints. They are placeholders. you must ask yourself, what does a life of alignment actually look like, feel like, sound like, taste like, smell like? What are the sensory details of your desired future? Where do you live? Who are you with? What work are you doing that fills you with joy and purpose? What is the emotional texture of your daily life? The more specific you are, the more magnetic your vision becomes. Specificity is the language of the magnetic self. Your vision must be rooted in feeling, not just in logic. The universe does not respond to your to-do list. It responds to your frequency. You must be able to step into the emotional reality of your desired future and feel it as if it is happening now. Close your eyes and visualize the moment you achieve your grandest goal. What is the feeling in your chest? What is the sense of peace, of fulfillment, of absolute certainty? Hold that feeling. Anchor it in your body. That feeling is the frequency code that you are sending out to the quantum field, and the universe will respond by collapsing the timeline that matches that code. The book teaches you that your vision must be aligned with your highest purpose, not just your superficial desires. Many people chase goals that they think they should want, goals that are rooted in external validation or societal expectations. These goals are hollow. They are built on sand. They will not sustain you. Your true vision must come from the deepest part of your soul, the part that knows why you are here and what you are meant to contribute. If your vision is not aligned with your purpose, the universe will resist it. But if your vision is a true expression of your soul's calling, the universe will move mountains to make it happen. The architecture of the new vision also requires a ruthless audit of your current reality. Where are the gaps between where you are and where you want to be? What beliefs, habits, and relationships are misaligned with your desired future? This is not a time for judgment, but for honest assessment. You cannot build a new structure on a crumbling foundation. You must identify the weak points and consciously choose to replace them with structures that support your vision. This is the practical application of the book's theoretical wisdom. The turning is a spiritual process, but it requires physical action. Your vision must be so compelling that it pulls you forward, so vibrant that it makes the old life feel dull and uninteresting. It must be a vision that you are willing to fight for, to sacrifice for, to endure discomfort for. It must be a vision that is bigger than you, a vision that serves not just your own happiness, but the greater good. When your vision is rooted in service, when it is an expression of your unique gifts, it taps into a universal energy source that is limitless. You stop relying on your own limited will and start drawing on the infinite power of the cosmos. Do not be afraid to dream too big. The universe does not deal in small measures. It deals in infinite possibility. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. If your vision does not scare you a little, it is not big enough. If it does not make you feel a sense of awe and wonder, it is not aligned with your highest potential. The book is a permission slip to dream the impossible dream, to create a life that defies all logic and expectation. The universe is waiting for you to give it the command. The universe is waiting for you to declare your vision. Take a moment now and breathe life into your vision. See it, feel it, know it. Write it down in detail, as if it has already happened. This is not a future event. This is a present reality that is waiting for you to step into it. The architecture is complete. The blueprints are drawn. The foundation is set. The turning is not just about changing your life. It is about creating a masterpiece, and you are the artist. Chapter 11. The role of the unlikely mentor. As you embark on the turning, the universe will send you guides. These are not the gurus on the mountaintop or the sages in the ancient texts. They are the unlikely mentors, the people who appear in your life at the precise moment you need a crucial piece of wisdom often in the most unexpected forms. They may be a stranger in a coffee shop, a child who asks a question that shatters your perspective, an old acquaintance you run into on the street, or even a character in a book or a movie. The book prepares you to be receptive to these messages, teaching you that wisdom comes in many disguises and that humility is required to accept guidance from unexpected sources. The rational mind expects a mentor to look a certain way, to have a certain title, to possess a certain level of authority. It expects the wisdom to be delivered in a formal setting, with a clear structure and a predictable outcome. But the universe does not operate according to your expectations. It operates according to your need. The unlikely mentor is often a mirror, reflecting back to you a truth that you have been unwilling to see in yourself. They do not give you the answer. They simply ask the question that forces you to find the answer within. Their power lies not in their status, but in the perfect timing of their appearance. In a temple long lost to sand, they whispered this secret: the lesson is always present, but the student must be ready to receive it. The unlikely mentor is a living embodiment of this principle. They are the lesson made manifest. They are the synchronicity that confirms your path. They are the unexpected key that unlocks a door you did not even know was locked. You must learn to look beyond the surface, beyond the packaging, beyond the role they play in the world, and see the wisdom they carry. The universe is constantly speaking to you, and the unlikely mentor is one of its most potent and surprising voices. The greatest gift the unlikely mentor offers is not advice but perspective. They see your situation with fresh eyes, unburdened by your history, your fear, or your emotional attachment to the outcome. They can point out the obvious truth that you have been blind to because you are too close to the canvas. They can ask the simple question that unravels the complex knot you have been struggling with for years. Their wisdom is often delivered in a single sentence, a passing comment, a seemingly random observation that lands in your consciousness with the force of a revelation. You must be alert, you must be present, and you must be willing to hear the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. The book is teaching you to cultivate a state of radical openness, a willingness to receive guidance from any source, at any time. This means letting go of your preconceived notions of who your teachers should be. It means accepting that a child's innocent question can hold more wisdom than 1,000 self-help books. It means recognizing that the universe will use whatever means necessary to get your attention and guide you toward your highest good. The unlikely mentor is a testament to the fact that the universe is infinitely creative and endlessly resourceful in its desire to see you succeed. Do not try to hold on to the unlikely mentor. Their role is often brief, their appearance fleeting. They are a bridge, not a destination. Once the lesson is delivered, once the perspective is shifted, once the key is turned, they will often disappear as quickly as they arrived. Their purpose is not to become your permanent guide, but to activate the guidance system that lives within you. Thank them for their service, release them with love, and trust that the next mentor will appear exactly when you need them. The universe is a perfect delivery system, and you are always being supported. The turning requires that you become a student of life, a seeker of wisdom, a collector of cosmic clues. The unlikely mentor is a reminder that the entire world is your classroom, and every person you encounter is a potential teacher. The universe is constantly conspiring to elevate you, to guide you, to support you in your transformation. You simply need to be willing to see the lesson, to hear the whisper, to accept the guidance, no matter how strange or unexpected the source may be. The book has opened your eyes to this hidden reality. The next time you encounter a stranger who says something that resonates deeply within you, or a child who asks a question that stops you in your tracks, or an old friend who offers a perspective you had never considered, pause. Do not dismiss it as chance. Do not ignore it as irrelevant. Recognize it for what it is. A message from the universe, delivered by an unlikely mentor, guiding you deeper into the magnificent reality of your new life. lesson is here. The teacher has arrived. Are you ready to receive? Chapter 12. The Ritual of Letting Go. The turning is a sacred event, and every sacred event requires a ritual. You have done the internal work of identifying the unfinished business and releasing the old identities. Now, you must perform the external symbolic act of letting go. This is not about cleaning out your closet or throwing away old junk. This is about creating a clear, energetic boundary between the person you were and the person you are becoming. The ritual of letting go is the final ceremonial step of preparation, a definitive act that solidifies your commitment to the new path and declares to the universe that you are ready to receive. The power of ritual lies in its ability to bridge the gap between the inner and outer worlds. Your mind understands the concept of letting go, but your subconscious mind, which speaks in the language of symbols and actions, requires a physical manifestation of that release. By creating a ritual, you are giving your subconscious mind a clear signal that the old chapter is closed, the old energy is cleared, and the space for the new creation is now open. This is not superstition. This is applied psychology and energetic mastery. The ritual is the final ceremonial act of severing the ties that bind you to the past. Consider what you need to release. Is it a habit that no longer serves you? Is it a relationship that has become toxic? Is it a belief that has been limiting your potential? Is it a physical object that carries the heavy energy of a past failure or disappointment? Choose one thing that represents the old life you are leaving behind. It must be something tangible, something you can hold, something you can physically release. This object or habit will become the focal point of your ritual, the symbolic anchor of your past self. The ritual itself can be as simple or as elaborate as you feel called to create. You could write a letter to the person you were, detailing all the lessons you learned, all the gratitude you hold, and all the love you have for them, and then burn the letter, watching the smoke carry the old energy away into the sky. You could take a physical object that represents a limiting belief and bury it in the earth, declaring that you are planting the seed of a new, empowering belief in its place. You could stand at the edge of a body of water and throw a stone into it, watching the ripples disappear, symbolizing the release of a past regret. The form of the ritual is less important than the intention behind it. The intention must be absolute commitment. This is not a trial run. This is not a maybe. This is a definitive, irreversible act of release. As you perform the ritual, speak your intention aloud. Declare what you are letting go of and what you are making space for. Use powerful present tense language. Say, I release the fear of success, and I make space for the abundance that is my birthright. Say, I let go of the need for external validation, and I embrace the magnetic power of my authenticity. Say, I burn the ships, and I commit fully to the new shore. The spoken word carries a frequency that activates the turning. The moment after the ritual is complete is a moment of profound energetic shift. You will feel a lightness, an emptiness, a sense of absolute freedom. This is the space you have created for the new life to rush in. Do not rush to fill this space with new distractions or new commitments. Sit in the emptiness for a moment. Feel the silence. Feel the peace. Feel the certainty that the old is truly gone and the new is truly coming. This is the reward for your courage, the immediate feedback from the universe that your act of release has been received and honored. The turning is a sacred journey, and the ritual of letting go is the final ceremonial step of preparation. It is the moment when you consciously choose to step out of the past and into the future. It is the moment when you declare your sovereignty and claim your power. It is the moment when you stop looking backward and start moving forward with absolute certainty. The book has guided you to this moment, and now you must take the final step yourself. The ritual is complete. The old ties are severed. The energetic field is clear. You are a vessel ready to be filled with the magnificent reality of your new vision. The turning is not just a change of circumstance. It is a change of state, a change of being, a change of frequency. And the ritual of letting go is the final, powerful act that seals the deal. Chapter 13. The calibration of inner compass. The world you are stepping into is uncharted territory. The maps of your old life are useless here. You cannot rely on external authorities, on the opinions of others, or on the logic that governed your past decisions. Your primary navigation tool in this new landscape must be your intuition, your inner voice, your soul's knowing. This is your inner compass, and for too long it has been drowned out by the noise of the world, the static of fear, and the relentless chatter of your mind. The turning requires a radical recalibration of this compass, a process of tuning in to the subtle, unwavering guidance that lives within you. Your intuition is not a mystical gift reserved for a select few. It is a natural human faculty, a deep knowing that bypasses the slow, linear process of the rational mind. It speaks in whispers, in gut feelings, in sudden flashes of insight, in a quiet certainty that defies all logic. It is the voice of your highest self, the part of you that is connected to the infinite intelligence of the universe. The problem is not that you lack intuition. The problem is that you have been conditioned to ignore it, to dismiss it as irrational, to prioritize the loud, insistent voice of fear and doubt over the quiet, steady voice of truth. The process of recalibration begins with silence. You must create space in your life for the inner voice to be heard. This means turning off the external noise, the news, the social media, the constant stream of information that keeps your mind perpetually distracted. It means creating moments of stillness throughout your day, moments where you simply sit and listen. Breathe slowly. Drop your awareness from your head into your heart. Ask a simple question, and then wait for the answer. The answer will not come as a booming voice from the heavens. It will come as a subtle shift in your energy, a feeling of expansion, a quiet knowing that settles in your bones. One of the most crucial skills in this recalibration is learning to distinguish between fear-based thoughts and genuine intuitive guidance. Fear is loud, insistent, urgent, and often rooted in past experience or future projection. It contracts your energy and makes you feel small. Intuition is quiet, calm, expansive, and always rooted in the present moment. It does not demand. It simply suggests. It does not contract. It expands. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, is this thought coming from a place of fear or a place of knowing? The turning requires you to choose knowing over fear every single time. The book is the tuning fork for your soul's frequency. As you absorb its wisdom, you are subtly shifting your energetic signature, making it easier for your intuition to break through the static. The vocabulary it uses, the concepts it introduces, the poetic rhythm of its language, all of it is designed to bypass the rational gatekeeper and speak directly to the subconscious mind, where your deepest knowing resides. The more you immerse yourself in this frequency, the more naturally your inner compass will align with your highest truth. Developing an unwavering trust in your gut feeling is the most reliable map for the dramatic change. This trust is built through small, consistent acts of obedience to your inner voice. Start small. Ask your intuition what you should eat for lunch or which route you should take to the store. Follow the guidance no matter how illogical it may seem. Then, observe the results. Did the guidance lead you to a better outcome? Did it save you time or energy? With each successful experiment, your trust in your inner compass will deepen, making it easier to follow the guidance when the stakes are higher. The turning is a journey of self-sovereignty. It is the moment when you stop giving your power away to external authorities and claim the ultimate authority that lives within you. Your intuition is your direct line to the divine, your personal connection to the infinite intelligence of the universe. It is the most reliable source of wisdom you will ever have. The book has brought you to this moment of recalibration, where you are learning to rely on this inner knowing above all else. Trust the quiet voice within. It knows the way. It knows the path. It knows the truth of who you are and what you are meant to become. The turning is not a leap in the dark. It is a journey guided by the brightest light you possess, the light of your own soul. The inner compass is calibrated. The journey begins now. Chapter 14. Confronting the shadow self. The turning is not just about becoming better. It is about becoming complete. Before you can fully step into the light of your new self, you must descend into the darkness and confront the parts of yourself you have rejected, denied, and hidden away. This is the shadow self, the repository of all the traits, impulses, and memories that your conscious mind deemed unacceptable, unlovable, or too dangerous to acknowledge. The shadow is not evil. It is simply unintegrated. It holds immense, untapped energy, and until you acknowledge it, it will continue to operate from the subconscious, sabotaging your efforts and resisting your transformation. We all have a shadow. It is the part of us that is selfish, jealous, angry, lazy, judgmental, and afraid. We spend our lives projecting these qualities onto others, seeing them in the people we dislike, the situations we resist, and the world we criticize. This projection is a defense mechanism, a way of keeping the shadow at arm's length, convincing ourselves that the darkness lives outside of us. But the book illuminates these hidden aspects, forcing you to acknowledge that everything you see in the world is a reflection of something that lives within you. The turning cannot be complete until you bring the shadow home and integrate it into the whole of your being. The process of shadow work is not about eliminating the darkness. It is about embracing it. It is about transforming the shadow from a source of shame into a source of power. The energy you spend suppressing these unwanted traits is massive. Imagine what you could do with that energy if it were freed up and directed toward your vision. The shadow holds the key to your wholeness. The anger you suppress is the energy of your boundaries. The selfishness you deny is the energy of your self-care. The jealousy you project is the energy of your unexpressed desires. When you integrate the shadow, you do not become a worse person. You become a more powerful, more authentic, more complete person. The shadow often manifests as self-sabotage, that inexplicable force that causes you to pull back just as you are about to succeed. You get close to the goal, and then you suddenly create a crisis, pick a fight, or fall back into an old, destructive habit. This is the shadow's way of resisting the light, of keeping you safe in the familiar darkness of your old identity. It is afraid that if you succeed, it will be exposed, judged, and rejected. The only way to stop the sabotage is to bring the shadow into the light, to acknowledge its fear, and to assure it that it is safe to come out and play. The book provides the philosophical lens through which you can view your shadow without judgment. It teaches you to look at your flaws, your past mistakes, and your negative patterns not as evidence of your brokenness, but as data points for your evolution. You must acknowledge these aspects without condemnation, with a deep sense of compassion and curiosity. Ask the shadow, what are you trying to protect me from? What is the unexpressed need behind this behavior? What is the hidden gift you are trying to deliver? The shadow will only speak to you when it feels safe, when it knows it will not be judged. The integration of the shadow is an act of radical self-love. It is the moment when you say, I accept all of myself, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the beautiful and the ugly. This acceptance is the ultimate act of power. When you are whole, you are unshakable. No one can use your past against you because you have already claimed it. No one can criticize your flaws because you have already embraced them. You become a force of nature, a person who is fully present, fully alive, and fully integrated. The turning is not just about becoming better. It is about becoming complete. The shadow holds the immense, untapped energy that you need to fuel your transformation. Do not fear the darkness. Do not run from the parts of yourself you have rejected. Embrace them, integrate them, transform them from a source of shame into a source of power. The book has illuminated the path into the underworld, and now you must descend. The journey into the shadow is the journey home to yourself. You are not broken. You are simply incomplete. The turning is the process of gathering all the scattered pieces of yourself and bringing them back into the light. The shadow is integrated. The power is reclaimed. You are whole. Chapter 15. The economics of energy exchange. Your life is an economy, and the currency is energy. Every interaction, every commitment, every thought, and every emotion is an exchange of this vital life force. The dramatic change you are undergoing requires a massive reserve of energy, and you cannot afford to be wasteful. You must become a ruthless auditor of your personal economy, identifying and eliminating the energy leaks that drain your vitality without providing reciprocal value. The book's guidance is essential for optimizing this personal economy, ensuring that your life force is invested only in activities that align with your new vision and your highest purpose. Energy leaks come in many forms. They are the people who constantly complain but refuse to take action, the activities that leave you feeling depleted rather than refreshed, the commitments you made out of obligation rather than genuine desire, the thoughts that cycle endlessly in your mind without resolution. These leaks are subtle, insidious, and often disguised as necessary or unavoidable. But they are slowly bleeding your life force, leaving you with nothing left to invest in the turning. You must be willing to look at your life with radical honesty and identify where your most precious resource is being squandered. The most common energy leaks are relational. These are the relationships that are fundamentally unbalanced, where you are constantly giving and the other person is constantly taking. They are the people who only call when they need something, who refuse to celebrate your successes, or who actively discourage your growth. Setting boundaries with these individuals is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of self-preservation. You must learn to